What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another movie review, and unfortunately for Mike and I, we're here to talk this week about the Minecraft film that came out this weekend, and let you guys know what's going on with this film. Yeah, we're both just sad, kind of dead inside, just suffering from the nightmare that we had to endure for you guys. So we're gonna talk about it. Mike, what are what are your thoughts about Minecraft?
It's not good. Man, like, I get that not every movie is, like, kids movies are kids movies.
Yeah.
But, like, over the last few years, there's been some really enjoyable kids movies. The Wild Robot was awesome. We've had, like, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. We've had, like, good kids movies that have come out that have been really enjoyable for adults and children. We've even had just, like, more kid-oriented movies that have been entertaining and fun, and you're like, okay, I can see why kids enjoy this. This movie didn't feel like any of those things. It felt like somebody saw their kid playing Minecraft and said, let me make a movie with all the most generic tropes I can think of, and then just put them in like a Minecraft setting. Now I will say I don't play a lot of Minecraft. My kids do. They enjoy Minecraft a lot. They were excited about this movie. But when they came home, they didn't seem like they had a good time. I've heard that they, like, a lot of people, like, there's some laughs, but not a lot of laughs. And I want to be honest here, the biggest and the worst and the most egregious part of this film is Jack Black. I've liked Jack Black in a lot of movies, but he is so out of place in this film, and it feels like he is doing everything he can to be entertaining in a space that doesn't require him to really do all of that. Mm-hmm. For people that don't know, he plays Steve, who's the main character of Minecraft. When you take over for the first time playing Minecraft, you play as Steve. And so you think that could be a really interesting idea, is how did this guy get here, I guess, or whatever. But that's not really what it is. He just kind of is like, I don't know, I was bored as a kid, wanted to do work in a mine, and then I wasn't allowed to. And they try to, like, briefly touch on, like, I don't know, being an adult and losing that, like, splendor of being a child and stuff. And in Minecraft is maybe a place where you can, like, maintain that childlikeness. But Jack Black doesn't feel like that. He doesn't feel like he's being a child. He feels like a grown man that's just, like, kind of out of sorts for the whole movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I just didn't have a good time with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah. I kind of want to touch on the whole kids entertainment thing, because I've been seeing a lot of people talking about that, like, oh, but it's just a kids movie, it's okay for it to be kind of a little retarded and stuff. And I'm like, bro, we got to have higher standards for kids entertainment than this slop.
Yeah.
The fact that like it's ridiculous that people think that we should just allow that we should give films and, like, shows and stuff an excuse if it's, like, completely stupid because it's made for kids. And kids deserve better. Kids deserve better content than that, to be honest. Because, yeah, this movie was, like, the definition of, like, brain rot entertainment. It was awful. I did not have a good time. You hated Jack Black. I hated Jason Momoa in this film.
Yeah.
Like, dude, every scene that he was in, he was, like, screaming.
Yeah.
Literally in every scene that he is in, when he's in the Minecraft world, he's screaming at the top of his lungs and just, like, freaking out about everything. And I'm just like, the other thing that really bothered me. Okay, so let me just kind of give my initial thought about the overall film. I think that it's stupid. I think that I don't know why they decided to go with this plot for a Minecraft film. It felt like they were trying to do, like, a weird, like, Jumanji ripoff with Minecraft.
Yeah.
And that didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I wish that we actually had more Minecrafty stuff in the film than what we got, because like, every once in a while they did, like, kind of some Minecraft type things where you have to build structures and create different weapons or whatever by putting different elements together, and I wish they would have played a little bit more into like what actually makes Minecraft than what they did. They kind of turned it into like a weird like goose chase thing. The plot in this movie is stupid, by the way. It's it's actually completely ridiculous. The whole idea of the plot is the entire plot hinges on like a magical artifact that gets destroyed by like a random arrow, but like Steve, Jack Black's character, just so happens to have another magic artifact just like it, so they travel across the overworld in order to like retrieve the artifact needed to like help them escape and return to the real world, and that's basically the plot of the film.
Yeah.
So like what about that screams Minecraft? They could, and I don't know, they're probably trying to like, do like a whole franchise with this and stuff. That's probably why they didn't do like the whole Ender Dragon thing and stuff, but that to me would have made sense, like to see the progress of like seeing like someone who almost like a player, like going into the Minecraft world. I'm thinking of like the PewDiePie, like his playthrough series of Minecraft and stuff, where PewDiePie, the first time that he played Minecraft, he goes through the whole progression of playing Minecraft. He learns how to build. He learns all the different creatures. He figures out how they work and all that stuff. And then he finds the Ender Dragon and all that type of stuff. And then he has to build up to the point where he can defeat the Ender Dragon. I think that would have been a lot more of an appealing film than what they did here, especially for like Minecraft fans. So I'm just like, I'm still baffled by a lot of the choices they made for this film, and the fact that if this is supposed to be a kids film, why the flying F are 3 of the starring characters in this film 40 to 50-year-old adults?
Yes. When
they had 2 younger people who were like teenagers and in their 20s, who they started off the film with these 2 almost like they were supposed to be the main characters. And then basically when we get to the Minecraft world, it kind of shifts to Jack Black and Jason Momoa being the main characters.
Yes.
And it's super odd.
Really weird. It's a very weird feeling. It's a very weird vibe. Yeah, the kids kind of get regulated to the background for the most part, even though the kids seem to be the most competent grouping in the movie. And like it definitely feels like they were trying to maybe go with this vibe of like, hey, because like Jason Momoa's character is like an aged video game star. Like he won this like big arcade game and got like a 6-figure deal back in the day. So that was kind of it was a big deal. And it feels like he's kind of out of sorts. But like there was a moment there with Jason Momoa's character and then the young kid, who's like kind of doesn't really fit in and all this stuff. There was a moment to connect with like older generations and their gaming experience and younger generation and what they see as video games, and Minecraft being a space where like younger and older generations can get together and remember what is great about gaming. There is like you can see the recipe is like hidden there within the context, but instead they opted for like really low bar humor. There's like some really weird out of place like gay jokes between Jack Black and Jason Momoa that is like really weird and forced and doesn't make any sense. Like and here's the thing, like Jack Black, as an actor, he can transform, he can stuff. It just feels like they called Jack Black in from like off the couch and he just walked in the studio and just started like dancing around and singing and had no idea about Minecraft. And this is a guy who, remember, was on YouTube doing gaming videos and was trying to learn about YouTube culture and stuff, and abandoned it all as soon as the Hollywood machine got running again. Yeah, man, it was weird. Yeah, it feels like then you also have like the other chick, and I don't remember what her name is, the older lady, and she just feels completely out of sorts. She's like a zoologist or something, which doesn't make any sense. And they almost like use her to like have an excuse to like have the Minecraft animals listen to her or something. It's just weird, man. And there are some cuts, brief moments of like Minecraft lore that are in this.
Yes.
Based on just what I know and have gleaned from watching my kids play it. But like that stuff is very quickly overshadowed by all the other nonsense of what the other characters are doing that don't make any sense. And you're right. It would have been nice to have seen the progression of like, okay, we're slowly working through this together. But even the villain in this, who's what's called a piglin, and they're like characters in Minecraft or whatever, doesn't even feel like she should be part of the Minecraft world. She's like in this weird bit, like they try to make her like intimidating and stuff, but it's like, bro, it's a video game. Have her have more video game motivations or whatever. I don't know, man. The movie just feels like it's trying way too hard to appeal to as many people as possible, but and then just throwing in sloppy, weak, low-hanging fruit humor to try to keep the kids entertained, and that's frustrating. And and you can see, because it looks like Minecraft, that kids will enjoy it because they see the member berries of Minecraft, not because it's an actual good movie. So,
Yep. And they just have like a lot of weird, like it did feel like they just kind of called Jack Black, was like, hey, can you come in and be Jack Black for this? And because he just like randomly just like starts like singing in these random spots in the film, and he does it like constantly. He does it like several times throughout this film, and it's just like, why are you singing right now, bro? Like, what are we doing? The most one of the most infuriating parts about this entire film was whenever like one of the villagers like escapes into the real world. And they keep like cutting back to this villager being on this like date with like this.
I
like,
legitimately
older woman.
forgot about that. Yeah,
dude, and they just keep cutting back to them, and they're still like on this date, like almost throughout the entire film, with them just sitting there, and the villager just going, you know, like, "Wah, wah," and she's like, I just love that I get to talk with somebody like this, and
well,
dude,
also. The other part of it too is, and this is what's wild about that, they keep cutting back to this weird ass situation. The weirdest part too is this woman's married.
Yeah.
Married, or at least dating,
divorced.
or whatever, and divorced or whatever.
I think she was divorced, yeah.
But like her ex-husband like walks in on like, I mean, he's like, this is who you're with now? And I'm like, and then the villager dude, it's so weird. I'm like, who thought this was like a good story? Like, who was like, yo, we got to make sure we have a storyline about divorce and finding love again with a Minecraft villager, bro.
Yeah. What a horrible decision. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's bad, dude. Yeah, this movie's actually, I feel like this movie's worse than I'm saying it is. But here's the other part of it. I know kids are probably going to enjoy this. I know kids some kids are gonna go watch this and go, oh, this was fun. I loved it. It was a lot of fun for me. And I know adults are gonna watch it and excuse it as, well, it's just a kid's movie. It's not really for adults. But once again, as we've established before, like, you can have a movie that appeals to children and is still well written and well crafted enough that adults can watch it and enjoy it, because the whole point of Minecraft is that anybody can enjoy it. There are people that spend all this time autistically building spaceships or one-for-one models of their favorite movie sets and all this stuff. And then there's kids that build these really cool, you know, villages and towns and stuff like that. And all this stuff is interesting. The whole point is it's supposed to bring us all together. This movie does not feel like a bring us all together movie at all. It just, and like you said, it just feels like there's a weird emphasis on these 50-year-old men running around being like ridiculous, but not in like an entertaining way, almost like a very like, well, this is what the kids like, you know, kind of way. So yeah, it's odd, man.
Yeah. I would have much have preferred to see like the story centered on the younger like the kids, and when they come into the Minecraft world, like, because the one kid, he's like really good at like inventing, and like he's got kind of an engineer brain, and it would have been really interesting to see him in the Minecraft environment and see him like constructing things in the Minecraft world, because they do that like briefly when they first get into the world, where he like constructs like his first like fortress or whatever, his first like tower, and that was like the only time that he really did that in the film. I think it would have been really interesting to see what these characters would have done in a Minecraft setting, being placed out of the real world, because he was like a good inventor in the real world, but then when he gets to the Minecraft world, like Jack Black like literally tells him in the end, like, well, if you go back to the real world, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same as this world. And it's like, bro, like,
yeah,
like,
weird, man.
It is bizarre, and Jason Momoa's character was a missed opportunity as well. I think like seeing someone who's more of a like a retro gamer or whatever in the Minecraft world would have been interesting, and to see kind of the dynamic of like him with the younger kid, and it could have been interesting, and to kind of add some stakes to this, what they could have done is they could have had like Jason Momoa like come into the Minecraft world, and maybe he kind of gets it right off the bat, and he kind of understands how it works and stuff. But maybe he dies or something. Maybe gets like killed during the night or whatever in the Minecraft world, and then that kind of like raises some stakes for the rest of the characters and stuff. So I don't know. They could have just done a lot more interesting things with the plot than what they did. So
yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, yeah. I don't know that it's worth it. This movie's gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Kids are gonna rush to the theaters to go see this. But I know a lot of parents are gonna watch this and go, dude, what is this? This is not good. And like I said, my kids were not impressed with the movie at all, and that's which is surprising because they went with friends to go see it and stuff. But they just didn't have a good time. And my son, being a huge Minecraft fan, playing it for hours on end, was just like, I don't know, man. It just wasn't that good. I just didn't enjoy it.
Yeah. So. And I guess the one positive thing that I'll say about the film is that I do appreciate just how colorful the film was. You know what I mean? Like, it was just nice to see a film that was kind of like bright and colorful, and it like kind of have more of a fun vibe in the Minecraft world. And I wish that this movie was good to make that a little bit more enjoyable. But I don't know. It was just nice to have a film that actually was like just kind of felt good on the eyes with how colorful and kind of bright it was and stuff. So I just wish that the story was good to complement that, to be honest.
Right.
So,
well, and to be honest, that's a really good point, because we're used to very like washed out, colorless, almost soulless films, and they do capture the color palette. But yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. And let us know in the comments below, because if you did enjoy the film, we do want to hear what you thought about it and stuff, and what you found likable about the movie. This movie is probably going to be a little split. I have seen a lot of people that have really enjoyed the film. So yeah, definitely want to hear your comments about that in the comments below. But Mike, what would be your final rating for the Minecraft movie?
Honestly, I would say I want to give this movie like I don't know, a 4 out of 10. But I would say that like, I would wait if you're a parent and you're on the fence about seeing this film, wait till streaming. I know some kids are going to be like chomping at the bit to go see this, and it's like, don't tell your kids they can't go see the movie because somebody online told you it wasn't good. But if you're on the fence, or you watch this and you go, I've been kind of not sure, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not. I don't think it's worth your money to go to the theater to see this. I would wait till it comes out on streaming and then watch it then. But even with that, I don't even know if it's worth that. It just feels very devoid of any value. But if your kids are clamoring to see it, take them to go see it. So
for sure. I'm gonna give it a 1.5 out of 10. So
I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah. So that's where we're at, guys. Let us know in the comments below what you think. Hope you guys enjoyed our review for Minecraft, and we'll catch you in another review next week. Talk to you all later. Bye.